Hi everybody, it's Steve NotUdon here, N-O-T-U-D-O-N. I'm here in my home in America, and I got a great new pair of shoes in here from Doc Martens. This is the new 9 Inch Nails Doc Martens collaboration. So those of you who know me for a long time know how much of a big fan I am of the band 9 Inch Nails. I've been following them since 1989 when the first single came out. So it's been a long time since I've been a fan of the band. So this is a collaboration with them to celebrate the anniversary of, I think it's the 30th anniversary of the Downward Spiral, probably their most known album they did from back in the 90s. So this release kind of takes some cues from the 9 Inch Nails album, the Downward Spiral, and put it onto the shoes. There's 3 different shoes that came out. I got the 3-eye version of it, the 3-eyelet. There was a couple of boots that came out as well. I thought this is more wearable for me in my life, so for the shoe versus the boots, but take a look at the shoes and see what you think. So packaging is great. Again, lots of references to the album. Artwork on the front there. I think Russell Mills is the artist. Could be wrong on that, but I think that's the artist that did this. The shoes come wrapped in custom paper. Even the paper is themed, which is really cool. If you know the style of the album, you know this is kind of the look and feel of the kind of decaying and decrepit overall look. So even on the bottom corner, 9 Inch Nails, Doc Martens, kind of like just like a stained paper, but still very cool. Even that's themed, which is kind of a nice change for them. So it's a neat look in that. Both shoes are the same as far as they look identical side to side. There's not really big differences as far as theming of the shoe itself. Toby is not here obviously with me today. Toby is back in Dubai. I'm here in America. My other cats that live here with me, they're not necessarily as camera friendly, so I'd love for them to jump up on the camera, but they're probably not going to. So let's take a look at the shoes real quick. Classic Doc Marten lows, really nothing too unusual about the shoe itself as far as the actual design, but there's a lot of design cues on there which are unique to this shoe particularly. Again, it's a 3-eyelet, which means that there's like 3 eyelets on each side of the shoe. It does have the artwork from the album cover, the teeth on the front there. So you see this is kind of the front section here. These are the other one. It's easier to see on this one here. You can see the artwork there on the front, the teeth in the front. On the toe cap, it does have that extra 9 Inch Nails logo on there as well, which is a little bit different. Very cool, like the toe cap at the front there. A very clean, classic leather shoe. The place of the artwork, the leather on that section is like a pebbled or marbled leather, where the rest of it is made of a matte black leather on the rest of the shoe. It does have on the outside of each shoe the downward spiral. You can see there, maybe you can't see it too quickly with the eyelet. There it is, kind of. There it is. You can see it, but it has a downward spiral, kind of laser etched on the shoe there like that. You can see it right there for a second. So it's a very small nod to it. So a very clean classic shoe. Again, inside it has the 9 Inch Nails logo as well. There's 2 other boots that released as well. One is cornstarch on it, like you see in the early days of the concerts. They'd come out covered in cornstarch, and the shoe has cornstarch on it. The other one takes the album cover artwork and then puts on the boot as well. Both those are really nice, but like I said, I just want to go for one pair this time, and I figured to go for the lows, which I could probably wear in the real world more often than I could with the highs. So again, hope you got a pair. I do know they sold out very quickly online. In the US, they released in the UK and US individually. The US release, they sold out like most shoe drops do now. I know a lot of the fans of the band 9 Inch Nails like me, who weren't shoe people, were surprised by how fast they sold out. But unfortunately, that is the kind of the reality of what is a shoe release nowadays in the real world. So again, like I said, I've been a fan of this band for a long time. I've seen them probably close to 20 times now. First time was back in 1990 with my friends Martin and Pam. We went to see them in Ybor City at the Cuban Club, opening up for the band The Jesus and Mary Chain. It was really cool to see them then. The three of us had a radio show together in Tampa at the college there, BUL Radio. We had the Pam, Martin, and Steve show, or the PMS show together on that radio for a good 4 or 5 years. Always played new music, and at that point, we liked the band 9 Inch Nails. The singles had come out at that point. The Down Then It was the first single released by the band. We had that on vinyl. I played that quite a bit on the show. And right before the show came, the second single was released, which was Head Like a Hole, which ends up being the massive hit for them. But when we saw them, it still hadn't broken, still wasn't that popular. It was a new single, so people didn't know much about the band when we first went to see them at the time. So we go to see the show, again, outside show, band comes on, first song, the equipment fails, and the band loses it. They always come out covered in cornstarch. Like I said, they're always covered in white. That's kind of the style they did back then. And the first song of their set, this equipment just didn't work, and they just had like a meltdown on stage, tearing stuff up. I said, "Oh, this is unusual." I said, "Okay, I'll give them a shot." Wasn't that into it, but it'd be interesting. Got the equipment working again. High energy show, and it still is into it. And the album, I knew one or two songs of the album. They're okay. And then they go into a cover of Queen's "Get Down, Make Love." And again, I was a real big Queen fan as a kid, and hearing a band covering a classic rock song like "Get Down, Make Love" in a more industrial sound, more of a dance style to it, sold me on the spot. At that point forward, I said I just got the band based on that cover of the band. That just sold me on the band, and the rest of the set just nailed every song. By the end of the show, I wouldn't say I was converted, but I definitely was. I'm a fan of this band. Their live shows are full of energy, full of just full of emotion. It was a great live show, and since then I've been seeing them every time I can, whether it be shows in Orlando, shows, and like my friend Robert and I travel to see them now. We see them in California, we saw them in London, we saw them in Paris, and again, it's one of our favorite shows to see, hearing the old songs and the new songs together. So I'm very happy to have a pair of shoes that kind of basically, for 30, 40, 35 years, seeing this band live, it's kind of cool to have kind of something that's from them in a good collaboration. In this case, being shoes, because you know me, I like shoes. So very happy to have this. Hope you got a pair if you could have. I know the resale on these is quite crazy. I mean, the retail on this was $160 US. The resale now is close to $640. So they are a little bit crazy in resale, unfortunately. But I hope you got a pair. Hope you're able to get a pair if you could have. So, but that's it for now. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe as always on Instagram, NotUdon, on YouTube. It's a Troll Wrangler. In the U.S. for a couple weeks. I'm with my wife Becky, having a great time with her, doing some shows. Looking forward to seeing some music. Unfortunately, Nine Inch Nails isn't on tour this summer, so I can't see them. But we're going to see Missy Elliott. We're going to see Justice, which will be a fun night as well. So that's it for today. Take care. See you out there in the world. Say hi. I'll say hi back to you. All right, thanks. And Toby's doing fine. I know you're asking about him. Toby's doing great. Talk to you later. Bye.